expression too.
One of our themes explicitly stated right here.
Maplewood Richmond Heights High School has adopted a hybrid learning model for the start of the second semester in the 2020-2021 school year. We sat down with English teacher Kristine Roudebush and student Laura Turner to discuss the return to on-campus learning. This is Zooming Through the Unfamiliar.
Definitely one of the advantages is being able to gauge whether or not a student is engaged themselves. Via Zoom, I had no idea whether or not they were. Even talking to them, it was hard to tell whether or not they were engaged.
I definitely like having in-person class with Roudebush because she's, like I said, really funny. But I also feel like it's just easier to pay attention to her and to actually get what she's saying when she's standing in front of us and making fun of us and everything.
What's kind of tricky, I think, so far is sort of the transition between going totally virtual to this hybrid, is that I'm sort of trying to learn how not to be so virtual. Like I had gone all virtual, and so a lot of my lesson designs and what I was doing was very geared toward working on the computer. And now I still feel like it is, and so especially with my freshmen, I find that they seem very tentative to participate in class.
Definitely getting to hear her witty responses and responses to everything, honestly. She is very funny, and you get to see it firsthand.
Absolutely, there are difficulties. The primary one I faced first semester was doing the senior capstone completely virtually, which I had decided we would do capstone back in July, and in July we were still going to come back at some point during the semester. So I went ahead and went full force with it, and you have to start the planning for that well in advance.
She's teaching us the difference between a story and a memoir, and we're also still working on grammar right now, which is very annoying as a senior, for sure.
I hate that we can't get up and move. I like to energize my students. I like to make sure that they're having a good time, that they're engaged and all of that, and there's a lot of sitting still. And I think that causes lethargy, even though, you know, I'm moving and I'm going crazy, but it's hard for the students to have that same level of energy during class. I thought I would see more attentiveness in the morning versus the afternoon, but I don't know that I've seen that yet. The seniors seem incredibly happy to be back at school. They are highly engaged. They are taking their learning further than I thought that they would. Whereas the freshmen are still, it still seems like they're really scared of high school. No offense. So far this semester has been a lot tamer than first semester, but I had weekly one-on-one meetings with all of my seniors during first semester. I Zoomed on weekends, I Zoomed over Christmas break, I sent my students email reminders. Anything I could think of to make sure that they were successful, I was doing.